At KG Hurst, we've always done things differently. And I think that's probably the reason that the business has survived for over 60 years. When it was first established by Ken Hurst way back, now that Lynn and I own the business, we've managed it since 1973.
Our clients are really very special to us. We take a lot of care. That's how we've been in business for so long. We look after our vendors, our purchasers, our investment owners, and we also look after our tenants because they are an important part of your property investment. We don't hide behind a brand. We don't sit in a boardroom and do nothing. We look after your property as though it was our own personal property. Our property managers actually look after the tenants, potential tenants for your property. They do open house inspections. They check your property out when the tenant moves out. So we're looking to see, has the tenant caused any problems, or in fact, do they owe any rent?
KG Hurst Property Management is important to us, to the business, simply because of the experience that our property managers have had over the years. Many of them have been with us for over 15, nearly 20 years. So they know exactly what to look for when they go into a property. So they are very important. The relationship they establish, of course, is also important with the tenant as well as with the owner.
We provide you with service. The most important thing, you've got a property investment. You have to pay a bank mortgage in all probability. So the critical thing from our point of view is to make sure the potential tenant can pay the rent. We check references carefully. We verify where they work. We want a copy of a pay sheet. Bank statement helps. We want a tenant ledger from the place they're coming from. So the critical thing is I've got to be able to tell you this potential tenant is reliable and in fact can pay the rent. Property management is a very specialised business and that's what we excel at. So if there's a problem, I become aware of it, I try to sort the problem out with you and will always get back to you within 24 hours.
In order to make sure that our tenants are happy in their property, we have a full-time repairs coordinator. Stephanie looks after all the repairs. She makes contact with the tenant, with the owner, with the tradesman, and of course even the strata managers. All of those are very important part of her job. We do, of course, a monthly newsletter that goes out to all of our owners. You can pick it up from the hard copy or even online. Now, speaking of online, we are one of the few agents in this country that have an online statement that allows the owner as well as the tenant to check on their payments to make sure they know what they're paying and how often they've paid. So it really works very well. What I've tried to show is that our service philosophy is an important part of our whole business. 93% of our recent referrals in the last 12 months have come from people we already service. So that's very important to us. It is also important to us to understand that we are not just parochial property managers. We manage right across Sydney. We go as far south as Cronulla, go as far north as Avalon and Newport. We go out east to Wallara, Paddington, only go as far west as Parramatta, as well as, of course, the immediate area of Eastwood and Ryde.
We are one of the very few real estate agencies that specialise in property management. We do it because we have a real love of what we do, and coming to work every day is a pleasure.